ready for the jingle, or are you too busy dying? Morgan has polio.
My name is Mari and I write music for M Squared. And her name is Morgan, she's my best friend with the red hair. We hope our music is something you will like. So here's your invite, join us for the ride. Oh, and have a nice day.
Guess what we're here to talk to you about?
Writing
A book!
If you're not scared now, get scared.
Have you written a book before?
Here's the gist.
4 official novels and 1 novel-length work.
So I wrote one called Cicelo. I'm rewriting that now. Arthur did like half of one called those, but I'm rewriting it. I'm a big rewriter. And then Sunflower Starlight. And you wrote?
I wrote The Way Home 2, some book about some gay queens, and Sunflower Starlight with this lovely girl here. Today, we are going to talk to you about the writing process.
We're gonna split this video into 2 parts. Number uno, how to plot. Number duo, how to make yourself a pretty lady. In your words. One of the things that you may have noticed is in most books that you read, except for those written by Jane Austen, is a plot.
Jane Austen books do have a plot. You read Pride and Prejudice.
The plot is, at first they aren't married, at a later date they are.
Honey, that's the plot of a very large number of books.
None of which I read.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
Don't listen to her. She's just a big liar. Big bluffy pants.
Morgan, tell the peeps how to plot. You die?
Okay, we're back.
Tuberculosis. Morgan, how do you plot a book?
I don't freaking know. If somebody could tell me, that would be really nice.
Morgan is gonna explain it.
Morgan, what's the plot structure supposed to be like? Okay, the beginning is the exposition. In your exposition, darlings, you have to introduce your characters, your location or set. You hint at the conflict. The conflict doesn't have to be present, but you have to be aware that there is a conflict. And most books are better if you can actually introduce the conflict at that point. You have your people invested, you got them caring about you, about your characters, about your setting. You do all of your caring at that point. And then you got your rising action, often called the, what is it?
Rising action.
Yeah.
Do you see this? Do you think she's dead? Dang.
I came back. Rising action is when, for instance, you're watching a YouTube video and you realize that one of the people on the video is dying. Things just started to get more interesting.
Tension escalates.
When the plot gets rolling and everybody starts getting a lot more involved in the plot, when things start escalating, getting more interesting, and this is also when people start dying. Mari, tell us what you do for rising action.
Okay, rising action is when you introduce a changing force to the life of your protagonists or protagonists, which makes their life more difficult. This seeks to engage the reader by raising the stakes so that they're interested in what happens. You can add rising action by inserting a villain, having a mountain explode, alien invasion,
Dragons!
tuberculosis. Not only can you raise tension in your plot, you can also raise tension in your relationships, such as attempted murder.
Double attempted murder!
Next part on the mountain made out of a molehill.
Wait, a mountain made out of a molehill. This video has been played so much. The tippity top of the mountain molehill. It is when all of the elements of your plot have gotten so intensified and your conflicts have reached a breaking point. When your conflicts have gotten very conflicted. This is usually the moment in Harry Potter when he meets Voldemort again and again and again. And at that point, things have become so problematic that they can no longer continue the way that they've been. For instance, the girl who has been dying of tuberculosis the entire time goes ahead and dies.
Welcome to Mari Squared. Ow. What do you call the end of the story in story people terms?
The denouement.
The resolution, if you don't speak Japanese.
When your resolution, when everything has exploded, everybody has died, the characters have finally gotten together, finally kissed, the sisters have finally murdered each other, then we can have the denouement. Things kind of calm down. It's the moment when you get to see the payoff of all of the emotional work that you've been doing throughout the story.
The girl who dies of tuberculosis leaves a will, entrusting her most adorable and sentimental possession to her younger sister. The dragon finds his glasses.
I honestly think that the big tippity top of the mountain scene is important, but it's not quite as important as the resolution. Plenty of writers can write a good blowing stuff up story, but not all writers can manage to take care of the things that happen afterward in a way that's going to make you care.
Did that work?